What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How are y'all doing today? Welcome to episode 4 of Bridging the Gaps with the Hills. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How are y'all doing today? Ma, can you turn off your Facebook?
No.
Bridging the
It's
Gaps.
not.
Oh, it's Dad. Lord have mercy.
But you see how every time something go wrong, how it lands on me, huh?
I actually trying to hear a commercial, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's why it was on there.
Oh, I was supposed to run the commercial, wasn't I? I think I normally run. I don't know if I run the commercial first or not, but no, I thought because I pulled your Facebook up for your privacy settings, it was playing, so not on you per se this time.
Right,
All right. So we're 4 episodes in and hadn't got through the technical difficulties yet. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Welcome everybody to another episode of Bridging the Gap. We got a really great show. We're gonna try to do the show that we attempted to do
last one, yeah.
But it didn't work at all. So,
It's okay. I had to do that because I didn't want to just block it out.
no,
Families.
oh no, that's fine. I think you was rubbing up against your microphone, so it was.
Oh, that too. I'm stopping.
Okay. So, all right, are we ready? All right, okay. Let's start again. I think we're good now. As we said last episode, technology is a part of the gap in generations. And so we have been working through that gap continuously with these episodes because that's just what we do, and it's a part of our branding. So you guys that are watching is going to have patience with us because that just is what it is. All right.
Yes.
So today we're talking about I raised my children Christian, what I will not take back. Okay. Excuse me. No, that's segment 1. The topic is, do I regret raising my children Christian? Okay. So this episode is really on you guys today and how you all feel about all the things because I didn't raise no children Christian. I got a dog over here and I don't think she's Christian at all. So
Yes, she is. She got converted for them times she was here with us and you weren't here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So y'all raised my dog. Y'all raised y'all grand doggy Christian. Okay, fair enough. So I don't have no dog in the fight. No pun intended. So so this is going to be mainly on you guys. What we're going to do is run a quick commercial highlighting our conference that we have coming up on March the 7th to the 9th, 2025. And then on segment 1, we're going to talk about the things that you guys would not take back. You're proud about it. You don't care what none of your children got to say. It is what it is. You raised us how you raised us. We'll go on commercial break. And then when we come back, we'll talk about the conference a little bit. And then we'll talk about some of the things that you guys would take back. Okay. So it's going to be a very balanced show today. All right. Before I get started, we go to the commercial. Mom, Dad, do y'all have anything y'all want to add or say before we get started?
I don't. I'm just excited to be here and can't wait to get started.
Okay. Dad, you got anything?
No, I think I done did enough already.
Okay. All right, y'all. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Pastor Perry Hill. I am the founder of Lifeline Press Center.
I am Angeline Hill. I am the vice president of Lifeline Press Center.
I'm VTerrillHill, the founder of SafeSpace.
We would like to invite you to our conference,
Impartation 2025.
A cross-generational family conference.
Our generation deserves to serve God without constraints of cultural or religious beliefs.
The purpose of this event is to bridge the gap from one generation to the next. That different styles of worship are done in unison to the divine one, and the power of God may be felt like Pentecost.
Honoring God based on who you know God to be from the depths of our hearts, that everyone will feel the love of God with no limitations.
For more information,
go to lifelinepresscenter.com
or scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen. All right. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me. I appreciate you rocking with us. Let's get into segment 1. Well, before we do that, the conference. We got a Impartation 2025 Family Conference coming up March the 7th to the 9th, 2025. It is something that I'm super proud about. The flyer is going to be going on top of us. The family and I, my mom, dad, and myself, we are hosting this Impartation Cross-Generational Family Conference 2025. There's a QR code at the bottom of the screen. You can scan it or go to lifelineprayercenter.com to get all the information. We have easy pay programs for your hotel and registration, so you don't have to pay up front. It's all the things of the things. And so I'm really happy to be working alongside my parents to push this conference. And if you want to know what the conference is about, all you got to do is just watch the Bridging of the Gap podcast, because the same energy and spirit that we bring to these podcasts, we're bringing to the conference. Mom, Dad, what do you got to say about the conference?
Wow. Well, I would say, first of all, it is different. This is our 11th conference, and it is totally different, not only in the content, but the whole idea. The message is different. And for those who don't really connect or feel it, could have adverse thoughts about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so, it's just requiring a lot of, godness, a lot of, just really paying attention and asking Holy Spirit to just kind of, the parts you may not understand, just asking Holy Spirit, kind of help me with this. You know what I'm saying? Because anytime there's something different, people tend to shun off without even the consideration that there's a possibility that this is God type thing. And it's just our nature. We've been taught, if it don't look like God, run. I mean, God only looks one way, I guess. But for those that understand that God is doing some shifting in the earth, he's not changed. He's still the same God today as he was yesterday, and he'll be that God tomorrow. But for those who've only seen him one way, can be kind of frightening to them. Yeah.
Fair enough. Dad, you got anything to add?
I would just like to say that my vision for the conference is that those that has been hurt, we're opening the doors for you to come in and being healed. Those family members that has a daughter or son or what, that because of their lifestyle, the enemy have y'all separated. We're asking y'all to come and be healed and brought back together.
Yeah.
This is what this conference is about. Jesus said, all souls are mine. So every soul belongs to him.
Yeah.
And so that's where the bridging of the gap is coming in. And while we are coming live, putting us up front.
Yeah.
With our differences.
Yeah.
Showing it, you can live together. You can love each other.
Yeah.
And the world can go on.
Yeah. I love. All right. Y'all heard it from the mouth of the two elders. Okay. Segment one.
So what
I think it is something, normally when you have a quote unquote family conference, it's like everybody's, it's how can I say this? Everybody's assumed to be on the same page. So, so it's a Christian family conference, and I don't want to get caught in belief, but I'm going somewhere. Right. So for example, when TD Jakes did his family conference and he combined the manpower and woman thou art loose, it wasn't really about bringing families together. It was for, if you are a certain kind of family, you can come here and get the whole conference. It's not 3 different conferences. This conference is 100% about bridging the gap. It's 100% about the families that are not cookie cutter, that everybody got the same thoughts and everybody, so this is for the left outs, the remnant, the castaways. So that's what I'm saying. So if you feel like, man, why can't my family be like bishops and them? This conference is for you. Yeah. this conference is for you. Before we get started, I know we're taking our time for the segment, but y'all just enjoy and have patience and sit back and relax here. Hey, Cookie, how you doing today? Lisa Hunter says, hello all. And then Cookie says, it's an apostolic move of God. You guys are the apostolic pioneers. We need this move. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I absolutely agree. All right. I raised my children Christian. What I will not take back. Why did you all decide to raise PJ, Vanjie, and I Christian?
Well, first of all, we were raised Christian.
Okay.
And it's kind of like now when PJ was born, Vanjie was born, we were not Christians. But it's like by the time we got to you, we were already born again believer, had accepted Christ in our lives. And so it was like the thought of doing something different in terms of what God you serve and this type of thing, it was never a thought. Because it was Jesus Christ, it was God, it was that. And it seemed to work for mom and them, for grandma and them. It worked for grandma and them. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, type thing.
Gotcha.
And so that was the foundation of it.
Gotcha. Now the thing is, though, y'all, when I say raised Christian, it wasn't that kind of the overarching religion in the house was Christianity. There was some extremism going on now. So we were like not just raised Christian, but we only went to church on Easter. I'm talking about how y'all raised us.
Okay, so you have to make that clear because you said that why did we raise y'all Christian? You didn't say why were we extremist?
Okay. Okay. Why did you all raise us the way you all raised us in the Christian faith? Now, what about that question?
Well, now, okay, great. I have an answer.
All right.
And remember, there has been conversation talking about we tend to do what was modeled to us. And so we raised you all based on how we were raised. Now, there were some things different, but again, let's remember every generation being different. There were some things that was obviously not going to work. So we just took those things and maneuvered with them. But the way I was raised, because your dad and I, the principles were the same, but the raising itself or the different techniques of it was a little different. We were raised very strict. My mother, single mother, raised us. And remember, she was a single mother. She had 7 children. Okay, first of all, that leaves you to see this lady don't have time to play. She got 7 kids she's got to raise by herself. So there's no place in there for saying the same thing 3 and 4 times. I need to make sure you get it the first time because I got, I'm leaving some instructions here and I got to move on. And so that was basically how the standard was shaped and formed. So by the time I became an adult, seeing how I saw how it worked for her, because I had 4 brothers, seeing how, 3 brothers, seeing how it worked for her. It was like, okay, so this is what I'm supposed to do to make things work. Now there was a lot of error, there's a lot of flaws in that, but the foundation itself was, okay, this is what mama did, so this is what I'm gonna do.
Gotcha.
Type thing.
But was that Christian though? Was that the Pentecostal? Where does that fit as relates to y'all being raised in the faith though?
Well, in the church, especially for the single women, the men and their wives were a part of helping the single mother raise her children. So the Christian way was to make sure they understand when you say something, you mean it. And so all of that was part of the Christianity. And that because, that's what the Bible, when Jesus said it, he don't keep flipping pages over and over and taking, type thing. And so it was that foundation that said, teach your children that God means what he say. And so then they will know you mean what you say. So it just pushed forward that way.
It was all okay. It was all sort of a juxtaposition or alignment together then. All in one pot. Basically.
All in one pot. Absolutely.
Gotcha. Now, Dad, Dad, did you go to sleep?
Honey, I told you he needs to sit beside me. He has to sit beside me. I can't believe you're asleep, mister.
They, as they say in the military, I was just checking my eyelids for honey. That's what to see was in the hole in my eyelids.
Oh my God. Honey, do you need to come with me?
I'm good.
Dad, what?
Oh my God.
Hold on. Okay, now that was funny. Father, are you okay?
I'm good.
Okay. Now you got your
There's
computer
no holes
working.
in my eyelids, so all right.
Okay, gotcha. You got your computer working now, but now you gotta stay woke.
Back to the question. Anyway,
Okay. Uh-oh, my tickle box thing got started. Go ahead, Dad. I'm sorry.
The reason, I guess, one of the reasons why the strictness of it was more of making sure, not necessarily the Christian realm of it. We wanted to make sure that you all were channeled in the right direction.
Okay.
So I don't think we got in the way of any of you. If you wanted to play sports, whatever, he was able to do that. We didn't say, no, you can't play basketball because we so holy.
Right,
so holy that we got holes in us. Praise
Right,
the Lord. No, we wouldn't like that. So
Right.
and I don't even know if we didn't do it too much TV restriction. And then we was in Germany too, so they pretty much restricted your TV watching.
Right.
Do it, during the first part, later on, TV might stay on all night or whatever. So when we look at it,
it was music for you all. Now that's where y'all drew a line.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We could go to the movies. We could watch.
We ain't gonna do that whatever it was during that time, because
Worldly,
music changed.
Yeah. Right.
It changes now, then so yeah, it was music. We want to make sure that the music wasn't well, back in those days you didn't have too much profanity or whatever, but it was the music, and some of it was just disrespect to women. They called but anyway, so it was like, say, most of the music we just governed. Now we was in charge while you all was at the house. Now after y'all left the house, we don't know what was going on.
Right. I don't know what was going on either.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dan.
So and because we didn't believe in leaving your home, every time we went, y'all went.
Right.
So that was another era. And of course, and we believed in raising child in the way they should go. Now, and that's what we did. And then, let me see. Now, you didn't go to Sister Floyd Church, so you was okay then. So that was PJ.
Yeah.
Because they was a little strict there.
Yeah.
Strict.
It was white apostolic folks, right?
Right.
Yeah,
because you could be sitting there, and you hear something go pow. Pow, pow.
What, they hitting the kid?
Huh?
They hitting the kid?
Oh yeah.
Oh, for what?
Playing or whatever.
Oh,
disturbing the peace. But I tell you what, you didn't hear too much of it.
Right.
And it was so smooth and cool. You didn't know what's going on. But again, the let me see, we still at the just why we raised you, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Why?
Yeah, but basically we believe that was the life that will get you through
Mm-hmm.
life
Mm-hmm.
without, in our mindset, going to jail.
Gotcha.
You ain't gonna go to jail. Fix it to where you go to college if you want to. You don't. But this is the life to keep you from being behind the bars, on the street,
Mm-hmm.
dope,
Mm-hmm.
all those type of things.
Gotcha.
So that was the reason why we did what we did.
Tracking.
We looking out, in our mind, we're looking out for the betterment of our children.
Uh-huh.
And if we can keep them safe, what we call in a safe environment, that's what we did.
Gotcha. So it sounds like from both of you all then that the reason why you all use the Christian teaching as a part of your parenting.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't necessarily about just doctrine in itself. I want my children to be Christian. You also used Christianity as a part of the rearing. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Does that connect?
Say that one more time.
Yeah, it does to me.
Uh-huh. So for example, there are some people who the family is a Christian home, but then they don't use Christian principles to raise their kids.
Right. Gotcha.
But then sounds like for you all, we were not just a Christian home, but then you all used the Christian principle, the Christian culture, the Christian everything as a part of our rearing.
Correct.
You were saying.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't even imagine being able to separate it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Let me think. Well, so for example, there are parents who don't teach prayer. There are parents who don't teach, like they teach there is a God. Jesus came down to save you from your sins. And if you're a good person, then you'll go to heaven. But they don't teach prayer, fasting, giving from a spiritual perspective. Now, they might teach kindness. Now, make sure you're patient, make sure you're kind, but it's not connected to God. It's just connected to being a good person. Wherein you all used, if you're going to be a good person, be Christ-like.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the difference. That's the difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, for example, there was I went all the way up until 36 years old before I knew what a Sunday felt like without going to church. Because some people use Sunday as family time, or we're gonna watch football. So they're not raised like you need to go to church, but they are Christian, quote unquote, home as it relates to like what belief system Christian. Y'all go to church? Oh no, maybe once or twice a year, maybe on New Year's or something like that. Yeah.
And again, I can't imagine being a Christian and not pushing Christian principles.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess that's our opinion, but I don't. Let me just put it like this: a lot of people say, "I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian." So, when you live, how you live your life shouldn't be, to me. Oh well, just forget it. But anyway,
it's
saying, Sunday church, Sunday football. It's really a balance in between, because if you're going to live for Christ, then you live for Christ. If you're going to dabble, I call it dabbling. Then that's what you do. But if that's good for you, then that's good for you.
Yeah, but see that's why I went back when Mom was first talking, because you all are, if the spectrum is 1 through 20, you all raised us on 20. So everybody didn't do that. So that's why I was like, I used the word extreme, but then when I took it back, because sometimes when people say extreme, it seems negative, and I don't want to bring a negative connotation on there. But
let me tell you extreme. Whenever you got these long dresses on, and they dragging the ground.
Right. You can't cut your hair and all that kind of stuff.
And the child, when they go to school, they got to go and run in a dress, because when they go to physical, we call it PT or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, no TV,
Mm-hmm.
no nothing.
Right.
You go to church, you go home, you go to school, and you come back, and that's strict. And then they might look at it like, no, that ain't strict. We can do some more, but that's and how I know, because being a pastor, we had someone in our congregation. That's the way it was.
They had it bad, but she was wearing them pants anyway. I'm just saying, she was changing on the bus.
That's why I say whenever y'all left the house, we didn't know what y'all did either.
she was. Ma, you all right over there?
Yeah. I just want to address the remark that Pastor Perry Hill made when he said it was extreme that dress dragging the ground, or children having to do physical education in a dress. That's not fair. Nobody. I mean, because it could be considered. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying whether it's fair or not, but I was just trying to give some example of the extreme.
When you juxtaposition it between how we were raised versus how other people
happened to know somebody did that was different, but this was
right. But what I'm saying for you to single that out is not fair to that parent who felt that was the proper way.
Yeah, and I even said that. I say even that to them didn't feel like they was extreme.
So let's use another word for extreme.
Let me put it like this. I believe it's in the eyes that looks at it. Just like you gave the example. Well, you know, I'm going to church this Sunday. I'm going to watch the football game.
Yeah.
Now, in the eyes of some people, oh, that's an abomination.
Compromise. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But then in theirs, hey, look, I'm still serving God. I'm good. And so I believe it's in the eyes, whether it's extreme on one end and flexible on the other. It's in the individual eyesight. And maybe that's a safe way to go.
Yeah, because I even pulled back the word extreme when I said it, because that could be negative. Let's read some comments real quick, and then we're going to go to the second question. Did it work? Well, okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna mess up your name. Taravia. Thank you, Taravia. Good afternoon, the Hill family. Now that was funny. I know that part right here. I'm just checking my eyes. Are the eyelids out? Kitten Hills was laughing at you too.
Was that when he went to sleep?
Right. Organically, Shanae, this is a good combo topic, and I'm still getting my read events. All right, go ahead and book it. Go ahead and book it. I've been up and at it and busy with it. My parents were not saved. As a result, I didn't want my kids exposed to the things I had to go through. I thought I was protecting them in my Pentecostal ways. I wanted my kids to live right. Got it. Yeah. Let's see. Sounds like my parents. So this is very relatable. Nikki says, question for the parents. In regards to Christian parenting, do you all think y'all taught religion versus relationship with God?
Now that's a very good question. Hi, Nikki. Yes, on the side eye of it, it was religion in terms of us not gathering enough information that they could understand why it was this way and why it was that way. And a lot of times it was just it was kind of, hey Nikki, it was kind of like when they ask questions, Vincent, stop out with all the questions, just do what I say do type thing. So that's what made it more religious than relationship, because see, relationship with God has to be taught. You know, religion has to be done because I told you to do it. Relationship, teaching them how to have a relationship with God is absolutely the key thing here. But we're so busy parenting and trying to get it together, don't have time until kind of just pushing. And then they grow up resenting it because they didn't really understand why they were doing what they had to do. They didn't want to do it, but had to do it. So resentment, rebellion just kind of set in. Good question.
Yeah, great question. Dad, what do you say?
I so agree with your mother, because just sitting here listening, if I had that opportunity, I would have did something a little bit different. Because, like you said, all right, y'all, let's go. Going to church.
Right.
Let's give some explanation.
Mm.
And that wasn't really done. We went to church. We could tell you some story about getting to church, but we went to church.
Right.
Rains.
Yeah.
We were like the post office. Rain, see the snow.
Right.
We were going to church.
Right.
But the explanation and building that relationship with God for the children, I have to say, I think probably got about maybe a C, maybe a D on that one.
Interesting.
No, not to get a grade for it.
Right. Well, okay. Well, thank y'all for y'all's honesty. That's
Sure.
I understand what Buddha is saying, because I could go to church. We were not taught how to use the Bible as regular people. I understand what Buddha was saying, because I could go to church. We were not taught how to use the Bible as regular people. Okay. I agree with your father in the way these people look at things, because my family football and sports, very important. What Sunday is okay. I agree with your father in the way these people look at things, because my family football and sports, very important. What Sunday is, the kids had to go to church. So it's like the kids went to church. It sounds like what you're saying. The kids went to church.
Yeah.
There was okay. So Dad, you would send the kids and you would stay home and watch games?
No, that was me. I was sent to church.
Oh, gotcha. Because now, and just for context, my dad was raised more. Well, Dad, I think you should be able to understand the sort of raised Christian, but not really like.
Right.
Sort of not raised with the thing, because they're like traditional Baptists,
true.
Good, solid people. You were just raised to be good, solid people. Mine them was raised, hey, that was shut up, sort of like. Yeah. So,
Yes, you want to go there? Let's go.
Hold on for a second. Let me mute y'all mics, because y'all just out of order. No, but so okay, got it. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining. We're still in segment 1. I don't know how we're still here, but we're here. But it's a good conversation on, do I regret raising my children Christian? Segment 1, we're going to be talking about the things we did not regret. Segment 2, we're going to talk about the things, it's not we. They do not regret. And segment 2, we're going to be talking about the things that they do regret. So I got a question for y'all. All right. You raised us Christian as a moral compass for our everyday living. Did it work?
I say, yeah. Y'all ain't in jail at least.
Hold on, not at least. Wow. Wow.
Hey, you remember, I think you told me, I hurt your feelings when I said, man, what was that?
Oh, okay, got it. So, no, you said, I remember it. I got this. Thank you. So, I'm leaving the house. My dad is coming off of work. He said, son, where you going? On my way to work. He said, what time you got to be there? Let's just say it was 4:00. Well, it was like 4:05 or something like that. He looked up in the sky and said, Lord, where did I go wrong? Boy, that thing punched me in the gut. He said, Lord, where did I go wrong?
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Well, so Dad says it did work. Ma, did it work? Did you think it worked?
In terms of what the Bible has assured us, I say it worked. And I said, now your dad is death on the jail thing. I mean, if you guys had gone to jail, I don't know what I'd have had to do with him.
He had to serve y'all a letter F. Y'all would have got an F if we got to jail.
Right. But I feel it worked. There's a lot of things there's a whole lot of things that, are in question, in conversation with the Lord. But he assures us that, this journey, he didn't promise us when it would manifest. He didn't promise us that it wouldn't be chaotic. He did not promise us that. But he promised us that in the last days, your sons and your daughters. Yeah. So it worked.
Got it. I feel like asking a curveball question, but we need to stick to this script. So, because we ain't never gonna finish this. Always on the tip of my tongue. So let's
you can ask the question as far as I'm concerned.
all right. So I don't know how you all view my spiritual practices, but I'm into all the things, good, bad, and indifferent, according to you all. Now, there's no bad over here, but I'm using y'all's words, right? If you had a button you could press, and immediately, Elder VTerrillHill, probably Vincent T. Hill, wife, kids, pastoring 2,000 seater every Sunday, preaching all over the globe. Would you press it?
I wouldn't.
You would? Dad, what about you?
No, and guess why?
Why?
Because just what you just spoke out your mouth is what you told us it was going to happen at the age of 30. For you.
I sure didn't I? Oh God, I forgot about that. Oh, boy, that didn't happen. Why wouldn't? But okay, but what?
Why wouldn't we press the button?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I might need
me to say first if you want to go.
Oh, hold on for a second. I might need to be parentarized over here. Y'all know what I never thought about? My dreams didn't come true. I never thought about that. All my life, all I wanted to do was be a heteronormative, popular preacher, preaching and prophesying, laying on hands.
Right.
I never really mourned that dream or released it or said, I never had time because at 23, I got caught up in all the things until I just got free this year. So, Dad, you just brought up okay. All right. Let's keep going.
Yeah, I think too, Vincent, a lot of times based on our pleasure of certain things, we grab it as an aspiration or an inspiration, and we move forward with the pleasure of it, of the pleasure of the mind. And what may happen is that as time go on, we experience other things that are come in and just kind of change the perception of things or whatever. And relating to the question you asked, will we press the button? We wouldn't press the button. At some point, some time ago, we would have said, yes, we're pressing the button, but we're understanding now, as we're seeing so many challenges in ministry, so many men and women of God being challenged, and they're still doing ministry but living contrary lives, and so it's like, why want to see what looks like a normalcy when behind the scene it's all jacked up?
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's good. I wish I was in the comments right now so I can be, oh my God, that's good. But that's good. Dad, you got anything to add?
I wouldn't press the button either. Because again, we as parents are there to guide. Pretty much guide you, and then, but at a certain point, you have to live your own life. Right. And if I push the button, then you're not living your life. You're living my life.
That's wowzers. Now
that's part of the reason we're having conversation now, because we were more or less in control of what happened with you all up to a certain age. So I guess we were pressing buttons, right. and you guys start rebellion. So if we did that even now, it would equal the same thing.
Wow. Okay. That's some of these topics hit a little closer to home than others. So I'm processing over here, so I don't have no follow-up. Let's go. So that's segment one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna read some comments. I can't even try to fake it. So let me just call me out. We're about to read. I don't know. Let's read some comments real quick. Let me see. Here we go. I agree with your. We raised that one. We did one already. No, that was my family. We the kids had to go to church, and the grown-ups stayed home. Gotcha,
Wow.
gotcha. Right, wow.
Me. Yep.
Joanne says, "Hello, Joanne. How are you? I hope you're well."
Hello.
And then Cool Breeze says, "You may not have a pulpit with 2,000 people, but you have over 5,000 followers." Yeah, that's true. And the reality is, I've been praying. I feel like a sort of a shift in the shows, y'all. Like we're going to still do hot topics, but last week I went on some tangents that I felt like needed to go on. Like I even did an encouraging word Thursday, and I feel sort of a shift. And I don't know if it's going to manifest in the show, but I do feel a shift. Yeah, I never really reconciled with the fact that my life didn't turn out how I thought it was going to turn out.
Well, in actuality, when you look at it, you look at right now. Right now, your vision is coming to pass.
Yeah.
Now, in your mind, you had it fixed one way.
Right.
This is what I want to do. This is the age and time I want to have it happen. But now, you had to go through a wilderness experience.
Yeah.
Now, you're in your promised land.
Yeah.
And that's why we can't push buttons.
Right.
Because we don't know the right button to push.
Right. Yeah. Because
we're
the wrong wire, MacGyver.
Right.
But now is the time that your dream is coming true. Yeah. It might not be in a brick and mortar building, but it's coming true.
Right.
Believe it or not, that's why when you get behind the mic, you can't help yourself.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing, because I'd be going off. I really do. I'd be going off. I'd be letting it rip.
So that engrafted word is birthed in you, and in your conversations, it's gonna always burst forth.
Can I share?
You spoke it, and then somebody else spoke it that you didn't even know anything about.
But that white lady, right?
No, it was a man.
Oh,
yes.
I didn't know that one. Okay. Can I share?
What's up with the white folk? What? Well,
she was white. Lady. Was she white? That's the only white pastor y'all ever had.
The pastor in Georgia.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. The white pastor in Georgia. Mother Floyd, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You know her name. Right.
Mother Floyd. Mother Floyd. Yeah. Mother Floyd. So Dad, what other prophecy that was spoken?
Well, she had him come in a revival. And his name was the Caucasians, you're brother and sister. You're not elder, prophet, evangelist, all that. You're brother and sister. And so Brother Stanley, his name was Stanley. He was the one that came in and spoke the prophetic word over you.
In your mother's womb.
What okay. I don't know why this is. Let me just stop. Let's go into it real quick. What was said again? Because I don't know why, Dad, you talked about my dreams and aspiration. I forgot about that. I'm a bit shook over here. So since we're here, what did the man say?
Well, let me preface it with this right here. Had we known then what we know now, things would have turned out somewhat different than it did with you. He spoke and he said that the child in your womb is a boy, and because see, then you didn't go and they say you got a girl, it's a girl, it's a boy. It wasn't none of that, not then. And so he said it is a boy, and this young man is going to be so anointed. The hand of the Lord is already upon him in your womb, and he will make demons tremble. And he will carry the anointing throughout his life. And you hear that kind of stuff, and any mother or father in their right mind is like, oh wow, yes, Lord, yes, Lord,
Yeah.
type thing. But we didn't realize, we didn't know these things at that time, that word should have been covered, prayed over, protected. And I mean, literally, we should have went to war for you then. We didn't know that, we
Right.
didn't know that then.
Yeah.
And so had we known, now it's not too late, because what God says, he says, and he don't take it back. It's not too late or anything like that. But when we look back over it, we're able to see
Mhm.
where things could have been different. And it doesn't matter, even where you're at right now, God is not intimidated by you and them tarot cards. God is not
You
intimidated.
know what? I'm gonna pull them out right now. See.
I'm gonna pull my Bible.
But interesting enough, when people book those sessions, distraught.
It's what?
People book those sessions and they'd be distraught.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And you see the enlightenment on their face, or in SafeSpace, or the messages and stuff like that. I know that I don't know how it was supposed to turn out.
Mhm.
I understand that it's turning out.
Yes.
Like maybe making, I don't know if I'm making the best of it, of how, because things went so left, right, up, down with me, or it was always going to be like this. But all I know is I do have something on me that is different and unique,
Mhm.
and I'm using it the best I know how.
And that's because you're on the journey. Everything requires a journey.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he didn't say it, he didn't say what he did say, that the hand of the Lord would be on you your entire life. He didn't say at the age of 15 that your life, all of this would have already taken place. You're on the journey. All of us are on the journey to where God is taking us.
Yeah. Interesting. This is so interesting. Let's read some more comments here. Then we go, oh, we got to do the business of the business. After these 3 comments, y'all, please make me go to commercial so we can talk about this conference real quick. Okay.
Okay.
I think sometimes we don't realize what or who you imagined ourselves to be is actually us at the core. So while you may not be this world-renowned preacher, you may very well be what you imagine at a micro-influence state, but even stronger and influential. An anointing is an anointing. Yeah.
Very well.
The thing is, and I absolutely agree. The thing was, I never grieved the dream and released it because I forgot, because all the hell I've been through, I forgot that was my dream. So when my dad mentioned it, it snapped me back to something that I always wanted. And I thought, hold on, because there is a struggle within me. And I'm pretty sure a lot of that comes from that, because I sometimes I get mad at the church because I'm honest. I get mad because the only reason why I'm not accepted is because I'm honest. If I would just lie, I would be accepted.
Mhm.
And I gotta not be mad. I gotta let it go. And I think that's what came up with me when Dad mentioned that, because there's still a 12, 13-year-old that still wants to be accepted by the 4-wall experience, because I ain't hurting nobody. My message don't kill nobody. My message is not anti-Jesus, but I am considered not worthy because I chose to just be honest and walk my path honestly.
But you know what, Vincent, if you would allow me, I think that is an error of the church, because if the truth be told, whatever you are, we can handle you better if you just don't tell me. Just don't tell me.
Right.
Whatever life you're living, just don't fool around. Let us find out. Don't fool around and tell it. Just keep on being anointed. Just keep on preaching good. Just keep on filling these pews, and just keep all that other stuff to yourself.
Yeah. And that's
And
unfortunate.
then that's not a blanket statement. That's not everybody.
Correct.
That's not
Absolutely.
everybody. Since we are on the world, on the WWW, let me say that's not everybody.
Yeah, because
That's
people can
just
see
something I need to say.
this is on your Facebook and Evangelist Hill. So Oh, my friend. Okay. I need to sit with that. I need to sit with that. I'm glad we're having this conversation because that's a thing. Okay. You could have stewarded his life differently. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because when that prophetic word was spoken over you, had we gone to God then and say, okay, God, this is something that we're not accustomed to. This right here, this is deep. This is this kind of stuff. So help us start us now, showing us how to cover and protect this. What type school should he go to? What do we need to do that this will flow? That this what you desire to happen will happen? Because all of us now know anytime something like that is spoken, there are demons assigned against that word. You
Mhm.
know. So yeah, I would have stewarded his life totally differently.
Mm. Wowzers. Mother Hill, that was good because that went through my bones when you said that. I'm not. That's an older statement. I'm not sure what you said, but that was something that you had said. All of us, William Milborn says, all of us are on the journey. Love it. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Nikki says, I think the church needs to accept more honest people. Yeah, I think so. Uh,
Yeah, but Nikki, if we accept all honest people, we wouldn't have nobody on the pews.
well, but I guess that statement is probably more indicting than
Yeah,
than.
yeah, and I understand exactly what she's saying, but get her to see it where the church is, and again, this is not a blanket statement. This doesn't cover everybody. This is not everybody's aspect or perception. But if we were to get more honest people, there would be an upheaval. We would have less workers. We would have because we got to sit them down. We can't let them work the church because we found out, you are a bona fide alcoholic. We can't let you work the church. Or we find out that you are same sex attracted. We can't let you've been, oh my God, you've been top elder. You anointed. You go out, you witness, you pack the pews. You know, just keep that to yourself. Act like you didn't tell me that.
Well, so let me ask y'all this. Y'all are
Uh,
pastors. What you say, Dad?
I'm trying to understand.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I'm trying. Are you doing what you call that thing? I'm talking to your mother evangelist now.
Yeah.
Oh, I was when she said, I think the church needs to accept more honest people. People just stand up and say, "Hey, I just want to tell you, Pastor, I know I'm the assistant pastor, but I've been living a gay life for 10 years. But now, mind you, this guy has packed your church out. He goes out. I mean, he do all these things. He bring in $200,000 a year, just donations and stuff. And he come up and say that, Pastor, I just want you to know that I've been living a gay lifestyle and I need to step down. And
Mhm.
now I'm not saying, please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that this man of God is going to compromise because of how you have affected the church. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying, it put the preacher, the man of God or woman of God in a place. You've got to make a decision. Will you pretend that he didn't tell you that and go by the print, the blueprint, the standard of the church and say, we got to sit you down, and I'm even going to recommend that you go somewhere else. Or what are we going to do with that? The honesty, because we tend to rather just don't tell me that. I just not when everything is flowing. And again, bro, Pastor, again, I'm not saying this is everybody, but I promise you, it is something to be considered. And the very one that considered at the end may say, you know what, I got to do this Jesus way based on how you're being taught. It's a lot of churches where, no, you just keep doing God and you'll get delivered. Just keep doing God, you'll get delivered.
Mhm.
You still look puzzled. Are you puzzled, Vincent?
Well, I think we need to unpack this time to unpack. Now, the thing you said, here is where I go. Here's where I go. And here's where churches mess up. If there is a church standard, I ain't got no beef with that. Because if the pastor says the standard in this church is, I do not want homosexual preachers in my pulpit, and now that you have told me you're a homosexual, then the preacher just needs to leave. The homosexual preacher needs to leave. I think a lot of times pastors conflate church culture with God and biblical standard, and then what is biblical standard, and then it opens up a big door. So if you don't want to get in trouble, because then there are people, especially in today's world, how can I say this? I know of a church who have a lot of same gender lovers in there, but the church standard is they don't preach it, but they don't preach against it. But you can't be in leadership if you are same gender loving. You know what? It's confusing. Let me
say this. Let me just say this. Okay, so I come to you and say, Pastor, I'm your top tier evangelist in the church, and just really all of that. Just say it like that. Just all of that. And without me, you may get some type of something going on in church that won't be healthy. But I come to you and tell you, because my heart is heavy, I need to let the pastor know what's really going on with me. But I tell you that, Pastor, I this is what happens. I don't practice it, but I do it. I spend time not doing it, but sometimes it's just overwhelming and I just go do it, type thing. And I ask God to forgive me. Mm-hmm. And I'm seeking deliverance. Now, though I'm saying all the right things to you for you to say, well, if you're seeking God, I can't judge it. If God is, so I'm heavy unpacking. We're gonna have to do this another time.
I think it's just if you believe that you don't want anybody in your leadership that's same gender loving, then don't have them in your leadership.
Yeah, but a lot of these standards are made based on this is what we do. But when a lot of time when this stuff comes real and looks you in your face and there's some controversy to it, you're really left in a position. You got to go talk to God. Mm-hmm. Because if this person comes and says, I have been seeking God, I have been begging God to forgive me, and I love the Lord, this is the church I want to be in. So then the pastor is put in a situation, are you going to cast him away? Or why didn't the Lord let you see it? If it'll be easier. It would be so much easier if it was someone who wasn't dedicated, if it was someone that's just in and out. But this man of God have served the church. This woman of God have served the church. They have gone all over the place preaching and evangelizing and teaching. People are getting delivered. So I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying when the question was asked, I think the church needs to accept more honest people. Now, the honest people is the quotation.
Yeah. I'm with you. It just sounds I ain't got no. You believe how you want to believe. I ain't got no beef with you.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is either accept the honest people or dismiss the honest people. When you're talking honest people, what is their influence in the church?
But see, that this is the issue that I have with the Black I haven't been in a lot of churches, so I'm gonna be very specific. The Black Pentecostal church, whom I love, my first love ever was the Black Pentecostal church. And the issue that I have, probably the only issue I've had with how I was raised in it by you all's parenting. Mm-hmm. There is no answers for everyday life. Because what happens if you're a Vincent Hill? Y'all know my life. I fasted. I prayed. When I got saved at 13, I got saved for real. Mm-hmm. When I started preaching at 15, I was for real. But there was no answers for my sexuality. I ain't touched nobody. I wasn't out there looking for a boyfriend. I wasn't even feeding it. But there was no answers for it besides abomination. God don't like it. You're going to hell.
But that's what I'm saying. What do we do with that?
yeah, but that's what I think that's the part I'm lifting, is that that's why honest people cannot be in the church as we know it now. Because in order to have honesty, you first have to have solution and answers. So if I come and say, okay, mom and dad, I'm serving in y'all church. I say, mom and dad, I've been preaching. I'm 44 years old, and I realize now I can't kick this gay thing, and I don't want to be single, and I don't want to be by myself. Do you kick me out? Now, again, like you said, mom, I'm a devout, Holy Ghost filled. Now, some people will say no, but let's just use the terms. Holy Ghost filled, prophesying, ain't had no mess in the church, always been integral. And so you're going to disown all of my Christ likeness because of who I love? And that's a real question that I think it's horrible that has not been addressed at large. Because what happens is you have people that are in the church, and the pastors and the preachers, a lot of them, not all of them, that are like living double lives, and everybody knows it. So it's not a secret. Everybody knows it. But as long as you just don't say it, you just go about this. And I think, and it's not an indictment on you all, the two of you all personally, but it's an indictment on the body of Christ that you all represent, that there is no real solution other than lie or get out. And that's
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Doing that 13-year-old and struggling, did you talk to anybody at all? Or you just went by what was said across the pulpit? Or now 13. I'm trying to remember the time frame.
A long time, 30 years ago.
Yeah. Trying to figure out where we was at.
Germany. I got saved in Germany.
Germany. And the reason I'm saying that, because if I can remember right, it wasn't a whole lot of, matter of fact, I can't remember anybody preaching about homosexuality.
It wasn't preached about, but it was clear. You didn't preach about it. Now that's for sure.
Right. So that's the reason I asked the question, because I know other people that was there, and of course, I didn't know that it was homosexual. He had the tendencies,
right?
But as far as the going forth, and somebody actually coming across the poop, because most of the time we met together. When we met at the convocations.
Right.
Now, what was preached after the convocations at different individual churches, we really didn't know. And the only time we ever come back together again is we went to a pastor anniversary. So then that wasn't dealt with, because we're talking pastor anniversary, convocation. We went to convocation, so it wasn't an overall, preaching.
Well, don't forget about Elder Cross, though. Don't forget about Elder Cross.
No. See, that's what I was talking about. He got there. We in Germany. Now, when you get to Elder Cross, now we're talking somebody different.
Yeah. I mean, I'm coming up.
And then we're talking into the church where that's where we was at. But I'm talking about in Germany, where you got saved in the time we was there. The push, for as a matter of fact, I guess nobody really had time to, because one, it was a military environment. Two, you just didn't talk about that at all. Children, mama, daddy, cousin, aunt, uncles, and nobody else. Click up.
Yeah.
Well, the military wouldn't permit. The military would not permit if a young man or young woman went to a pastor and said that I'm gay, and you as a pastor didn't believe that they should work in the church. If they went and told that base commander, chaplain, that they were being ostracized for that, you would go under scrutiny, because they would say to you,
in chapel,
because you was in the chapel. We had the situation where the young man was on the choir, and we found out that he was out the night before, just doing all types of things. And when you said to him, I don't think right now this is something you need to be doing. Maybe just sit and hear the word. And he went to the base chaplain on you, and the chaplain told you were not God. You were not qualified to tell a person they can't sing on the choir because they drink, or because this type of thing. And so, yeah, all of that.
It's okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to definitely do a whole episode on this. It's
Vincent, you look like you look like you're still under it. Whatever hit you.
Okay. So because I don't know why my life always got to be spread across the www, but fine. But it started when Dad brought up my aspirations. I lost that part of me. So then I immediately went to, I guess, being in therapy for so long, and I'm a healing soul healer. I immediately went to, you never processed, the dream never came to pass.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I understand I'm living a new dream, but I never really sat in the disappointment that the place that I want to be accepted, the place that I want to be honored, ain't checking for me. And so since then, I'm just coasting. I got some walking to do.
That was the reason I asked the question, because I'm of course, now I have not been with you that whole time frame. That's why I asked the question. Had you discussed that with anybody or seeked any help, or did you perceive that what was coming across the pulpit?
Yeah.
Maybe I better not say anything.
Yeah. So I think that, and I won't call on any names, but in New Hope, there were certain more effeminate men in the church that were dragged.
Correct.
So, and I'm 5, 6, 7 years old. So, and then the culture being a military culture back in the day, because I think y'all talk about more, but back in the day, if you was gay, you got kicked out.
Correct.
And then they did Don't Ask, Don't Tell, which was still sort of a thing. Because I remember, believe it or not, being at True Vine, and one of the gay men in the church literally was on the church phone with his mama saying, well, I told him I was gay. Why? He wanted to get out of the military. So that's why he did it. He just said, I'm gay. He got out of the military. And I remember overhearing the conversation. So it wasn't, but I think that might be the challenge for parents who combine culture, church, and put it all in one pot and don't separate it. It's sort of like, listen to me and listen to God. Like everything is that, because then I did not have the opportunity, to your point, Dad, to to itemize. That's over there. That's over there. That's over there. It was all God. God. So it was all wrong, all abomination, all so and so and so. If you did bad on your job, God. If you do bad at school, God. So that might be the only drawback. You understand what I'm saying? That I mean, so for example, how you perform in your everyday life is how God sees you. So if I make bad grades, God looks at me bad. If I'm not doing good at my job.
Okay. I got you now. I got you.
So there was no.
Okay.
You didn't catch me, right? So there was no opportunity to divide, as you're saying, what was culture versus what was God versus what was preaching versus what my parents thought.
Right.
If one preacher ever said God hate gays, then my parents believe God hate gays, because it was all just one pot. If the man of God said it,
that settles it.
That settles it.
Yeah.
So I would love we'll probably have to have a pre-production meeting, because I would love for us to delve into Nikki's question. And of course, y'all, we are not on here to agree. Okay. So that's not why we're here. We're here to bridge the gap.
Right.
I got a question. Now, she said, I think the church need to accept more honest people. And I agree with her. Yes. But I'm trying to figure out how do we get to the,
to that as a statement.
Yeah, to the preacher, bringing all the folks in, and then he decided to let folks know that, okay, I'm gay, or the preacher know I'm gay.
Right.
No.
But that person ended up deciding to, I need to share my lifestyle with my pastor.
Right.
I need to be honest. And so because he had a lot of influence to the church success, when he told the preacher, type thing, it's like, I just, it's more like, just keep doing what you're doing and just don't tell us anything, because and those they are out there for real. They are out there.
So I got it now. Call it. Okay, I think I got a better understanding of the honest people, because if that individual,
can we take a break? I need to take a break.
Bella got to go use the bathroom, Dad. And you know how your dog is, so she's liable to pee at any moment.
That won't be happening.
Okay, we're gonna go take a break. Okay, I think we had a full show.
We did. I need to go to sleep, a nap or something.
Yeah. I think we had a full show. We're going listen, we're unpacking. And if it's discombobulated to y'all, then you ain't had no real family conversation.
Bridging the gap. That's why we're here.
We over here bridging the gap. But woo. All right. So I tell you what, we'll go on commercial, then whoever's gonna take Bella out, but then we can talk about the conference and whatnot, and then we'll just do final words. We'll come back on Wednesday and try this again. We got to January, so we can take our time. Okay.
Right,
all right.
right.
So
thank you, everybody.
All right. You're not coming back, Mom?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm coming back because I want to see. I want to hear comments and everything. But you talking about Bella? I got to go to the ladies' room.
Oh, okay. Everybody got to pee. All right. Be back. Sorry.
Hello, my name is Pastor VTerrillHill. I am the founder of Lifeline Prayer Center.
I am Angeline Hill. I am the vice president of Lifeline Prayer Center.
I'm VTerrillHill, the founder of SafeSpace.
We would like to invite you to our conference,
Impartation 2025.
A cross-generational family conference.
Our generation deserves to serve God without constraints of cultural or religious beliefs.
The purpose of this event is to bridge the gap from one generation to the next. That different styles of worship are done in unison to the divine one, and the power of God may be felt like Pentecost.
Honoring God based on who you know God to be from the depths of our hearts, that everyone will feel the love of God with no limitations.
For more information,
go to lifelinepresscenter.com
or scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen. All right, my parents are walking dogs and taking themselves to the restroom, so they'll be back in a second. Let me mute their mics real quick so that until they come back in. But welcome to, I hope you guys have been enjoying the show. Okay, my mom is back, so let me set this up for her real quick. Let me see here. I want to change this, remove, there she goes. Mom, you're back? Oh, you're muted. Hold on, I got you though. Are you back, Mom?
I'm back, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, so we'll talk about the conference till Dad gets back. Y'all, if y'all are enjoying these podcasts, then this is the reason why we're doing the conference. As a matter of fact, on Saturday, the Saturday session, not service, but session, we're going to be doing some kind of panel style, and we're going to continue this type of conversation with everybody, but you all will be able to ask questions live and do all the things and connect. And these are things that have to be talked about, and it's rough waters. I'm glad, Mom, we're in a place where we can do it without embarrassing the family name on the WWW. So, but
honey, at this point, at this point in life, the name is all right.
Right, and the name is strong. But before we get to talking, because we don't be doing the business of the business here. There is a QR code at the bottom of the screen that you can scan right now. At this very moment, you can scan it and get to our website. There are easy payment plans on the registration tab. Okay. So we have offering, hotel rooms, and registration. And if you go ahead and register in October, you can break all of that down in 5 months. You can say 5 easy payments once a month. Now you can say offering. Yes. That way, when you get to the conference, you ain't got to be worried about nobody trying to hit you over the head. All right. Because your offering is already taken care of. Or you can just do registration or registration and hotel. The options are for your convenience. It's for your convenience. And we wanted to make it easy for you guys. Now you say, well, I'm on my phone. I can't scan it. Go to lifelineprayercenter.com and go to lifelineprayercenter.com and you can be led to the website. All right. I'm here. You guys can reach me at my email address. If you're watching on my parents page, you can DM them. If you have any questions about the conference, feel free to reach out to us and we can make it work. We can make it do what it do, because it's very important that you guys get all the information you need for the conference. Okay. All right. So that's that. That's that. And we're going to be talking about that quite a bit on here.
This is where I am, but I want to serve.
All right. Hold on. Let me take this off because the parents are clearly over there having a whole conversation. Y'all let me know.
Your dad wants to, he says that he's not clear with Nikki's remark about the more honest. And so I'm saying that maybe we need to pick it up later.
Oh, yeah. No, I feel like this could be a great opening to episode 5 on Wednesday.
Okay.
We're already an hour and 16 minutes in, and we gotta do all the things. Let's read some comments real quick. I don't know how we thought it was going to be a 30-minute podcast, y'all. This is supposed to have been 30 minutes every time, in and out. Join the club, Buddha, because I'm right there with you, because I do not do religious people very well. I must be honest. LMBO, not the ones assigned to the pews or work in the church, but not turning our nose up to our troubled sisters and brothers. Yeah. That was talking about your calling on your life, because I understood. Oh, when she said it was a very powerful statement earlier, Ma, and I was like, she was talking about when you were talking about the calling on my life. Now, this is real talk. This is what I really want to answer to, so I know how to speak to the same loving gender. Yeah, we're gonna find the language. I don't have it, and I'm same loving, because for me it looks black and white. I don't know if there is a gray area, and so I think it's going to be an interesting conversation as we get deeper into it. Is there a gray area that does not cause quote unquote compromise? And if there's not, I think both sides need to just say it. But that's just me talking. Let me not get stuck. I think the heels are the answer as to what to do. I believe God is using your journey to give an answer for the church now. Now, wouldn't that be something, y'all? Now, how does that look that we find the answer? Oh, dear. We want to ask for all that, God. We just trying to do a podcast at a conference. What? Let's see here. Nikki says, I have to go, but these were really good topics. God bless Nikki, Lou Collins. God bless. Okay, do y'all have any final thoughts, final words before we go? I know you burning, Dad. I know I feel like you still got so much to say. Yes, sir. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I had muted you while you're on break. I'm sorry. You're good now.
Oh, okay. I'm good. We'll talk about this around our round table and get an understanding.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking the honest was you being able to come and say, look, this is me.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I am, but I love the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And honest folk being honest, being able to come in and worship together.
Right.
And pull together. So that was my perception. And so,
yeah.
And we'll get into that other one, the scenario that Evangelist brought up. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Because that's happening.
That's a perfect scenario. Yeah.
That's happening.
Yeah, that's a perfect scenario. Okay. Well, if we could get it unpacked amongst each other, and let's bring
we need an audience so we all can act right.
No, if we get it unpacked, because I don't have the answer. So if we do it without pre-discussing, this might have to be episode 5, 6, 7, because I'm unpacking for me. So I can't even be a minister right now because I'm unpacking for me. And I think we all unpacking on the fly. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We figure everything else out. So let's see here. It's the start of something big. Thank you, Cookie. Thank you. When you start something big, I'll say this. That's not true. The only other thing I ever did I knew was supposed to be big was connected to my past, but it was floundered. This don't feel that way. It feel like we just taking it day by day, step by step. But I could see why it seems that way because I don't want to seem negative, but it's a shame this is cutting edge. This should have been done 11 times by now.
Yeah, but everybody had to be ready.
Yeah. Well, I ain't talking about us. I'm talking about somebody should have been beat us to doing this. Yeah.
Everybody has to be ready.
You know what? Okay. Gotcha. But you know what? And maybe the times are ripe now for this.
Right.
Maybe the times are ripe now. But David continually went before God, unlike Saul. This here is going before God. Thank you. Oh wow, what a way to put it, Joanne, Lord.
Wow.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Cookie says this is the season. All right,
it is the season.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. I'm your servant is tired. Okay, but yes, Lord. I am tired, y'all. Hold on, that's personal. We'll talk offline. I'm so tired of unpacking in front of people. No, that's not it. I'm tired of unpacking. I need 5 months without the movers.
I understand.
Good cookity mookity. Sandra says, I love this for you guys. Healing is a beautiful thing. Yes, Sandra, it is. It is. But I need to. All right. Let me just be happy I am who I am. All right. I guess we're done. So we'll see y'all Wednesday at 3 p.m. Thank you guys so much. And look into the conference. It's going to bless your entire lives. All right. All right. Chat later, family.
Hello, my name is Pastor VTerrillHill. I am the founder of Lifeline Prayer Center.
I am Angeline Hill. I am the vice president of Lifeline Prayer Center.
I'm VTerrillHill, the founder of SafeSpace.
We would like to invite you to our conference,
Impartation 2025.
A cross-generational family conference.
Our generation deserves to serve God without constraints of cultural or religious beliefs.
The purpose of this event is to bridge the gap from one generation to the next. That different styles of worship are done in unison to the divine one, and the power of God may be felt like Pentecost.
Honoring God based on who you know God to be from the depths of our hearts, that everyone will feel the love of God with no limitations.
For more information,
go to lifelinepresscenter.com
or scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen.